So let's talk about how to conduct a hypothesis test for a standard deviation or variance using Statcrunch. This example is asking us to conduct a hypothesis test comparing two variances, but we can also use these same steps for a test about a single variance, standard deviations, one sample, or two sample. It will all be basically the same steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up the data. If I click here on this blue icon, I can open up the sample data. And then if I click here at this little blue icon in the top corner, I can choose to open in Statcrunch. So here's the data that we have for this problem. Now to conduct the hypothesis test, I'm going to go to Stat, Variance Stats. Now in this example, I have two different populations I'm comparing. So I'm going to select two sample. You could also have a hypothesis test that is just about one sample, in which case you would choose one sample, of course. In this case, we had two, so we're going to choose two sample. Now in this problem, we were given raw data. You see the raw original data from the sample here and here. We were not given summary statistics where, for example, they didn't give us the actual data, but they told us that maybe the standard deviation or variance from one set of data was this and from the other set it was that. We weren't given that. So in this case, we're going to select two sample with data. But if you were given those summary statistics, you would just choose with summary and input the requested information in there. For this one, we're choosing with data. So the first thing I need to do is I need to tell the computer where the different samples are. If I scooch this over, as much as it will let me, sample 1 is in column 1, the one titled recent, and sample 2 is in column 2, the one titled past in this case. And if we scroll down, it should automatically be selected to choose a hypothesis test. All we need to do is change maybe the direction of the alternative hypothesis here. So you already would have completed that section in the original problem, and in this one we chose that the correct direction of the alternative hypothesis was not equal to. So in this case I'm going to leave this set to not equal to, but if the alternative hypothesis was less than or greater than, you would just change that here as appropriate. And then we're going to scroll down and click compute. And here we should have everything we need for the hypothesis test. Right here we have the F statistic. This is the test statistic. And right here we have the p-value.